From the towering mountains of the Himalayas, where the peaks touch the sky and the air is crisp and pure, to the bustling cities in the east, where the streets are alive with the hum of activity and the lights never seem to dim, China is a vast and beautiful country. Its landscapes are as diverse as its culture, ranging from the iconic Great Wall that snakes across the hills to the serene rivers that flow through its heartland. It's a land steeped in history with a civilization that dates back thousands of years. Ancient artifacts and historical sites tell the story of a people who have shaped the world in countless ways. China's story is like a colorful tapestry, woven with old traditions and amazing new things, from the vibrant festivals that celebrate its rich heritage to the cutting-edge architecture that defines its modern cities. Come with us on a journey through this incredible land. We'll explore famous landmarks that have stood the test of time, learn about its fascinating culture through traditional performances and crafts, and encounter amazing animals like the giant pandas of Sichuan. We'll travel from the snow-covered landscapes of Tibet, where ancient monasteries stand as a testament to spiritual devotion, to the lush green rice terraces in the south, where farmers have cultivated the land for generations. Get ready to be amazed by the energy of Beijing, a city that never sleeps, the grandeur of the Great Wall, a marvel of ancient engineering, and the peaceful old temples that offer a quiet retreat from the hustle and bustle of modern life. China is waiting for you. With its welcoming people, diverse landscapes, and rich cultural heritage, it's a destination like no other. Join us as we unveil the wonders of the Middle Kingdom. Our trip starts in the mountains north of Beijing, where the Great Wall of China majestically winds its way through the rugged terrain. This ancient structure, one of the most iconic symbols of China, has stood the test of time, weathering centuries of history and change. As we begin our journey, let's delve into the fascinating story behind this monumental feat of engineering and human perseverance. The Great Wall is not just a single wall, but a series of walls and fortifications built by various dynasties over centuries. It stretches across the land, weaving through mountains, deserts, and plains, creating a formidable barrier that once protected the Chinese Empire from invasions. This is the Great Wall of China, a symbol of how strong and determined people can be. The wall's construction began as early as the 7th century BC, but the most well-known sections were built by the Ming dynasty between the 14th and 17th centuries. The sheer scale and ambition of this project are a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Chinese people. It's over 13,000 miles long, and it took hundreds of years to build. The wall's length is often compared to the distance from New York to Los Angeles and back again. Imagine the countless laborers, soldiers, and craftsmen who toiled day and night, year after year, to construct this colossal structure. Imagine the soldiers who walked along this wall, watching for danger. These soldiers were stationed in watchtowers and fortresses along the wall, ever vigilant for signs of enemy movements. Their lives were dedicated to the defense of their homeland, and their presence on the wall was a crucial part of its effectiveness as a defensive barrier. These stones have seen history happen, empires rising and falling. The Great Wall has witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the ebb and flow of power, and the relentless march of time. Each stone, each brick tells a story of the past, a story of human endeavor and the passage of centuries. Today, the Great Wall isn't a barrier, it's a bridge to China's past. It stands as a monument to the country's rich history and cultural heritage, attracting millions of visitors from around the world. Walking along its ancient pathways, one can't help but feel a deep connection to the past and a profound respect for the people who built it. Walking here, you can feel how huge it is. The wall's immense size and scale are truly awe-inspiring. As you traverse its length, you gain a sense of the monumental effort that went into its construction and the incredible human spirit that made it possible. It goes through mountains and across plains. The Great Wall's path takes it through some of the most varied and challenging landscapes in China. From the steep, rugged mountains to the vast open plains, the wall adapts to the terrain, showcasing the ingenuity and adaptability of its builders. It makes you think about how clever and determined the people who built it were. The construction techniques used were advanced for their time, involving the use of local materials and innovative engineering solutions. The Great Wall is not just a physical structure, it's a symbol of human determination, creativity, and the enduring spirit of a nation. Now we're going to the center of Beijing, to a place that used to be secret. The Forbidden City, also known as the Imperial Palace, was the political and ceremonial heart of China for nearly 500 years. It was constructed in the early 15th century during the Ming dynasty and continued to serve as the home of emperors and their households until the end of the Qing dynasty in 1912. The Forbidden City, with its gold roofs and red walls, shows how powerful the emperors of China were. The architecture is a stunning example of traditional Chinese palatial architecture, and it has influenced cultural and architectural developments in East Asia and elsewhere. The complex consists of 980 surviving buildings, covering 180 acres, making it the largest collection of preserved ancient wooden structures in the world. For a long time, only the emperor and a few special people could come here. The Forbidden City was a symbol of the absolute power of the emperor, who was considered the son of heaven. The layout of the city was meticulously planned to reflect the hierarchical nature of Chinese society, with the most important buildings located along the central north-south axis. Imagine walking through these halls like the important people did long ago. The halls and courtyards were designed to impress and intimidate with their grand scale and intricate details. Each step you take echoes with the footsteps of history as you follow the paths once tread by emperors, empresses, and court officials. Imagine the smells and sounds. The air would have been filled with the scent of incense and the sounds of ceremonial music. The Forbidden City was not just a political center, but also a cultural hub, where art, music, and literature flourished under the patronage of the emperor. Everything here, from the carvings to the gardens, shows how organized and important everything was. The intricate carvings and lush gardens were designed to reflect the harmony and order of the universe as envisioned by Confucian philosophy. Every element of the Forbidden City was carefully planned to convey the emperor's divine right to rule. The emperor ruled from his throne. The throne room, or Hall of Supreme Harmony, is the largest hall within the Forbidden City and was used for major ceremonial occasions, such as the emperor's enthronement and birthday celebrations. The grandeur of the throne room reflects the supreme authority of the emperor. Today, the Forbidden City is a quiet reminder of China's history. It has been transformed into the Palace Museum, attracting millions of visitors from around the world each year. As you explore its serene courtyards and majestic halls, you can feel the weight of history and the enduring legacy of China's imperial past. Let's go to Xi'an, where we'll see something amazing buried underground. The Terracotta Army. Can you believe it? Thousands of statues of soldiers, each one different, were buried to protect the emperor in the afterlife. This was done for Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of all of China. These life-size warriors, horses and chariots tell us about the power of the Qin dynasty. The Terracotta Army is huge and shows how skilled the artists were back then. It reminds us that there's so much history hidden under modern China. From Xi'an, we're going south to a beautiful place called the Li River. Imagine floating down a peaceful river with huge mountains rising up all around you. These mountains were shaped by nature over millions of years. Artists and poets have tried to capture the beauty of the Li River for a long time. It's a place full of legends. As you float down the river, you'll see why it's so famous. It's a beautiful and peaceful place.
Now we're going to a place that looks like another planet. In Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, giant stone pillars reach towards the sky. Imagine walking through a forest made of stone. These tall rocks, some thousands of feet high, are covered in plants and often surrounded by mist. They were shaped by wind and rain over millions of years. This place inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. Zhangjiajie is a really amazing place.
We're going to the top of the world now, the Tibetan Plateau. Here in the Himalayas is the city of Lhasa and the amazing Potala Palace. This palace was where the Dalai Lama lived in the winter. It's a symbol of Tibetan Buddhism. and how skilled the builders were. The palace looks like it's growing out of the mountain. For many years, people have traveled a long way to visit this special place. Inside, there are colorful paintings, golden towers and statues. You can hear the monks chanting. From Tibet, we go to the beautiful Westlake in Hangzhou. This city is one of the most beautiful in China. Westlake is like a mirror reflecting the sky. Artists and poets have loved Westlake for a long time. There are pretty bridges, willow trees, and old towers around the lake. Take a boat ride on the lake and you'll see why people love it so much. It's a very peaceful place. Get ready to be amazed by the Yellow Mountains. These huge granite peaks are often covered in clouds. They look like they touched the sky. The Yellow Mountains were shaped by wind and rain over a very long time. Trees cling to the cliffs and waterfalls tumble down the rocks. Sometimes the sun breaks through the clouds and makes the mountains glow. Poets and painters have tried to capture the beauty of this place. It feels like a dream. High in the mountains is Jiuzhaigou Valley, a place of legends. This valley is full of blue lakes, waterfalls and forests. Jiuzhaigou means 9 village valley because there are 9 Tibetan villages here. The valley has over 100 beautiful lakes, each one a different color. The colors come from the sunlight and the things in the water. You can even see trees underwater. This valley is also home to rare animals. From Jiuzhaigou, we're going to Shanghai, a modern city. This city shows how strong China's economy is. Tall buildings reach into the sky. Shanghai is a mix of old and new. There are new skyscrapers next to old buildings. The Oriental Pearl Tower used to be the tallest building in China. At night, Shanghai is full of lights. It's a city that never sleeps. Let's go see some pandas. In Sichuan province is the Chengdu Research Base, where people work to protect giant pandas. It started with only 6 pandas, and now there are many more. Here, the pandas live in a place that's like their natural home. They eat bamboo and play. Everyone loves pandas. The Chengdu Research Base is important for helping pandas survive. Now we're going to Suzhou, a peaceful city with beautiful gardens. The classical gardens of Suzhou are famous around the world. Some of these gardens are almost 1,000 years old. They are designed to be peaceful and beautiful. Each garden has pavilions, bridges, ponds and bamboo. Water is important in these gardens. It reflects the sky and makes the gardens seem even more peaceful. We're going to Yunnan province now, to the old city of Lijiang. This city is high in the mountains. Lijiang was an important stop on the Tea-Horse Road a long time ago. You can see the history in the buildings, which are a mix of different styles. The streets are like a maze with old houses and canals. You can hear traditional music here. And we're going to the highest mountains in the world, the Himalayas. Mount Everest is here. At Everest Base Camp, people start their climb to the top of the world. The air is thin and it's a difficult climb, but it's an amazing adventure. People come from all over the world to climb Everest. Our last stop is Hong Kong, a mix of east and west. Tall buildings and green hills make Hong Kong a special place. Victoria Harbour is full of lights and activity. At night there's a light show called the Symphony of Lights. It's really amazing. Hong Kong is a city that never sleeps. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, China is an amazing country. We've seen so many things. China is a place full of history, culture, and natural beauty. Start planning your trip to China today.